Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture. In this episode, we are summarizing the 5th episode from Season 1 of Ozark titled Ruling Days. In the beginning, we see a man walk into a convenience store. He is armed with a revolver and he robs the business. During the robbery, a man outside notices there is a robbery going on and chooses to walk inside to help the crowd. The unknown man tries to talk the robber out of committing murder. As the robber points the gun at the unknown man, he tells him that robbing a store is a lesser crime than killing him, and that by committing murder, he would only be throwing his life away. The robber chooses to shoot the unnamed man regardless. The camera angle leaves us looking down on the unnamed man who was shot in the chest. The scene then transitions to that man alive floating around in the water. We learn this man's name is Mason Young, and he is a pastor. Bobby Dean's body is then discovered in Marty's new property lake. It's no surprise that his body was dumped there, and Marty is well aware of the situation. When Sheriff Nix arrives and learns that Marty recently purchased the Lickety Splits strip club, he starts to wonder if Marty was involved in Bobby's killing. Marty is driving when he is stopped by a man who steps out into the center of the road. Jacob Snell introduces himself and tells Marty about a business arrangement he and Bobby Dean had through the strip club. He'd prefer to keep the agreement with Marty going. Marty assures Jacob that his employer will not allow it since he knows it would never happen. Charlotte meets a man who offers to assist her as she brings her belongings into the Blue Cat Lodge. He invites her to a pool party in the Cove, and she says no. At Blue Cat's pier, Charlotte notices Wyatt. She expresses regret for the dead animal her mother hurled at him. He apologizes for the situation that occurred when they first met. Rachel goes on to tell Marty that he is not good for business because the villagers believe he killed Bobby Dean. She tells him that he shouldn't hang out at the Blue Cat. Rachel tells him that she knows nothing about Jacob Snell since he lives on a farm and no one knows what's going on there. Remember, I am summarizing the entire series, so let me know what your favorite TV show and movie is so I can summarize it in the future. Also, consider clicking subscribe if you enjoyed this summary. Doing these two things helps my channel out tremendously. I truly appreciate your support. Marty returns home and inquires of Wendy about Sugarwood's son. Sugarwood's son doesn't believe his father committed suicide, she says, and he's talking to the cops about it. Wendy claims he inquired if she loved his father, to which she replied that she did not. Marty inquires if she is telling the truth. She says yes. When Russ pulls over in his truck, Agent Petty is out jogging. Russ admits to Petty to having second thoughts about hanging out with him, but accepts to keep fishing with him nonetheless. Marty presents Sheriff Nix with his bill of sale, and the sheriff admits to speaking with Chicago police. Sheriff Nix tells the birds that it appears suspicious that their business partner and his business partner's girlfriend vanished right before they moved to the Ozarks. Marty is warned by Nix to cease whatever illegal activity he is doing there. The sheriff insists that Bobby died of a drug overdose. Wendy has her doubts, and the sheriff explains that calling it an overdose is beneficial for everyone involved. Marty and Wendy are still attempting to come up with a way to make money. Wendy is attempting to persuade her husband to pursue a career in construction in hopes of making money. Marty agrees, so they pay Pastor Mason a visit and offer to build him a church. Pastor Mason says he already has a church and declines the offer. The birds have a reputation for refusing to accept no for an answer. Wendy then tells them a story from her childhood in an attempt to persuade him to reconsider. Wendy inquires about Mason's knowledge of his destiny. He explains that something in his life prompted him to take this course of action. Charlotte goes on a date with Wyatt, and Wendy isn't happy about it. Charlotte accuses her mother of throwing a dead animal at Wyatt Wendy hesitantly relinquishes control. Marty returns to the strip club, which is completely full at this time. Ruth informs him that the club has made a profit of $80,000. He wants her to keep the club while he manages the finances. He's going to pay her $1,000 per week. Ruth eagerly accepts the offer. While Wendy and Marty are out, Ash breaks into the Byrds' home. When Jonah hears footsteps near the house, he sneaks into the woods and retrieves the rifle he had hidden earlier. Ash starts photographing the inside of the house. When Jonah returns, Ash recognizes him and pulls out his knife. Marty heads to his storage facility where he keeps all of his cash. Ruth keeps a close eye on him as he moves money from the strip club to the storage unit. Marty then returns home to pick up Jonah for the 4th of July celebrations. Jonah hides the rifle in the house before departing. Lastly, we see Jacob is smuggling cocaine and Bibles over the lake, assuming the cops won't be able to catch him. Pastor Mason has no idea what is going on right in front of his eyes. He thinks Ash is only there to hand out Bibles to the people who have gathered in boats to hear his lectures. Pastor Mason announces that his church will have a new place to worship. Mason informs everyone on the boat that Marty and Wendy are constructing a church for them. Ash is on hand to witness this firsthand. That was episode 5, titled Ruling Days. To watch the next or previous episode summary, click on the link in the description or at the end of this video. If you enjoyed this summary, consider clicking like and subscribe. It truly helps me grow this channel, and I will see you on the next one.
I'll run the books, you can take care of the day-to-day. I'll give you $1,000 a week.
We upload new videos every week, so subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Click the notification bell to be notified of when we upload these videos. See you on the next episode of Culture Screen.